I gotta feel into the moment. I can't think about what I want to say. I just have to trust that I know I'm gonna have things to say if I don't think about it. And I know that's weird to say, but every time I try to hop on, if I have something that I need or want to say and I'm thinking about it, I lose train of thought, if that makes sense. So when I am filming on here and I am going through the motions of whatever topic I'm talking about, it's completely unfiltered, it's messy, and it's completely raw in real time. There's no script to it. There's only me being in the in-between space that I'm in right now and investigating what it is I'm going through. Rather than waiting for hindsight to arrive or resolution to arrive to look back on and then understand, I'm understanding within the moment. I'm observing what's happening while I'm here in it. Rather than thinking, oh, now it makes sense. Like, I am engaged with this process. And I don't know what to expect. I don't know what's coming next. All I know is I'm trusting in the unfolding as it arrives, because this is not about the arrival. This is about the journey. And I know that's so cliche to say, but when you really feel that and you realize I'm about to walk through a new door. The door is open, the light's shining through. My hand's almost on that knob, pushing it a little bit more open so I can take my first step through. But I'm in the space right before that, between not knowing and knowing. I'm in that liminal space, the womb. And it's messy, it's nonlinear. And when I upload videos, they're unfiltered. I don't edit anything out, I leave as is. Because you're literally witnessing me experiencing in real time, just being in the middle of what I'm in, with no agenda. Sometimes I don't even know if I end off on that, like an end thought. Sometimes it's open-ended. Sometimes by the end of what I'm talking about, I still don't know where I'm heading to. Maybe I have a little bit more insight because I'm listening to whatever arises. I allow whatever arises to arise, and I give it space to exist within my presence. And that's where the work is being done. And I really don't know where I'm going. I'm not like, this is the destination I'm trying to get to. I'm just engaging and allowing. And I'm raw in the middle of it. That's saying right in the middle of it. I'm right in the middle of it. Raw in the middle of it. This is raw time. This isn't resolution and I know exactly what I'm talking about. This is me documenting my experience of this part of my journey that is going to change and transform me forever. This is the space of just not knowing. This is the space of wanting to know, and every time you try to know and come up with some type of way to control a possible knowing of what the outcome will be, it's just the ego latching on. Trying to gain that false sense of control because it's comfortable there. All the lessons that come up one last time to show you in slow motion what's happening and what you've been living through. And then the test comes after that slow motion to see, are you going to react the same, or have you learned your lesson with this? And as soon as you're done, you think, I'm finally going to walk through that door, just for another slow motion moment of what theme or what pattern you've been experiencing that's been keeping you on that loop. It comes up and you do it, you observe it, and it's like slow motion. The patterns that cause you suffering and pain, it's like slow motion what's happening. It's like unreal. You cannot miss it. It's like you're watching a scene on a movie, and then later on, some random time, something happens to trigger what you realized. And with that information, it's like, okay, are you going to choose the same and repeat the pattern now that you know? Or are you going to choose differently, stop the pattern, and create a new life? And a lot of times, unless you have that awareness of what's really going on, we don't use logic. We just use habit. And that's what keeps us in those loops, because we have to consciously choose to stop doing what it is that we are doing to contribute to that based on our choices we are making. So, like right now, I have no idea where this conversation is going. I'm just going with it. I mean, I'm talking to myself in my car, but I wanted to capture the fact that this is happening in real time. I have no idea where my future is going, but I have to trust in the unfolding. I have to trust in this process, and I want to document it, because this is not a linear path. This is messy. You think you're gonna walk through that door and you think that you're finally healed and broken free, just for something else to come up, because we have no idea how much weight we carry. We have no idea how many things we carry. We think it's just this one thing, and then once you heal that, it's just like it opens up all of it, and it just keeps coming, and it's like, thank God, because I don't want to carry this load anymore, right? But this is a lot. I mean, it's a lot. But I love approaching life from this perspective, that every single challenge that I faced, every single person I thought, oh man, if they would just change and just see me for who I am and love me. All these people that trigger you, it's like I almost want to go up to them and be like, thank you. Thank you, because I chose you and you chose me, because you are here to challenge me and to teach me. Even if it was a painful catalyst, it was necessary in my journey. And without that happening, without the experience of them happening, I would never know what I know now, ever. You can't know this stuff until you embody and experience it. Just like you can't meet yourself again unless you forget yourself. That's why when we come here, we are born into the physical realm. And then we learn that we are separate from everybody else. And then once we learn we're connected to everyone else, it's like, nice to meet you again. In a new way, right? Raw in the middle of it. I'm raw in the middle of it, in real time. No mask on, unfiltered. You guys see me sad, upset, questioning, investigating, wondering, talking out loud. And I'm just doing it to capture my journey, to engage with it, to hear the voice that comes from allowing what arises to exist and to speak, even if it's painful, even if it's sad, even if it's joyful, even if it's just a moment of, hey, if I would know this and listen to this and bring this wisdom in and use it, whatever my pain is telling me to make better choices, why wouldn't I do that? And for anybody willing to consciously choose this, is to consciously choose to engage in inner healing, which leads to more options to consciously have choices to choose from. Because when we don't know the options and we just think we only have option A, we're always going to choose option A because that's it. That's the only option. But when you realize there's an option B, option C, whoa, now I have different options. So, raw in the middle of it. Be raw with me.